We don't know if Prince Harry wants to come back. I will love it. They want privacy only in their private life, not total privacy. Diana and Charles wrote a book too. Panel. Nina said the tone against the Sussexes was not from the public, from the press. That is true. 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Hello, Storm. What I'd like to say first off, this is sort of about fifth-hand that Harry might want to do this. We don't actually know for a fact.
No, it's sources, but we do a lot of stories on sources, particularly when it comes to their own
Sources, nonsense. Okay, just BS.
oils.
Distraction.
So you don't believe it?
I don't know. I mean, if Harry and Meghan want to come back, I'd love it. Because they're much more popular than the others.
Oh, it's still, Pat? You think they're still as popular as they once were?
Yeah, I don't, not so much here with some people, but let's face it, a lot of people have suspected Camilla after what her and Charles did. They're not perfect. Andrew's not perfect. Sarah's not perfect.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Now, what I want to point out to the lady, not the lady on the right there.
Lynn or Nina?
What
Lynn in the white, Nina in the pink.
He made a statement before Centre Barley, and he said they wanted privacy in their private lives, but we would still see them continuing their
duties,
charity work, and in their working lives. They never said they wanted privacy totally, and that we would never see them.
Chance my arm with a cheeky question. A bit like your mother, you are pursued every minute of every day by lots of people trying to take photographs, videoing, recording what you're saying, pushing. How can you possibly have a private life?
Cheeky question. You're right, that is a cheeky question. But Andrew, to be honest with you, sadly, that line between public and private life is almost non-existent anymation, and we will continue to do our best to ensure that there is the line. You know, we are completely aware that we're in a very privileged position, and I will spend the rest of my life, earning that privilege and trying to bring a spotlight onto things and causes that really matter to me, and I hopefully matter to a lot of other people as well. Everyone has a right to their privacy, and a lot of the members of the public get it, but sadly in some areas there is this sort of incessant need to find out every little bit of detail about what goes on behind the scenes. It's unnecessary. I hope that people get to see me here in this Invictus role, cracking on with the guys and mucking in and having a good time with them. And this is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private, and I hope people respect that.
And his book, why should he write a book? Diana wrote a book, Charles wrote a book.
But don't you think it comes part and parcel? Do you not think it comes part and parcel? I do find it quite frustrating when, whether it be anyone with notoriety, a royal, celebrity, public figure, politician, where they try to tailor the attention they get, whether it be in the media or commentary online. They don't want this, they want privacy of this kind, but not of that kind. It comes part and parcel, the good and the bad. I can admit Harry and Meghan face far too much negative press, but the reality is that's the tone of the country in terms of how they maybe feel about it.
But they don't have to give their private life to be televised everywhere. What the hell? When they were in the UK, they sent those cameras, lenses into their freaking bedroom. What the hell is this woman talking about? The caller is right. When they're doing their engagement, they invite the particular photographer or publication to come and see what they are doing. This is where they want the focus to be. But when they're doing events with their family, celebrating their birthdays, it's not our business. If they take a picture and they want to show it to us, that would be great. But it's not our business to be in there while they're enjoying it. Harry and Meghan made that very clear. Okay? So, what is it? We've seen pictures of Meghan going to restaurant with her husband or sometime with friends or whatever. Did she say anything about that? No. And this is why the California have the privacy law for children. Children kind of, when they out with their children, they should not be taking pictures because the children are not part of their parents' type of business, celebrity type of things. What is this woman talking about? Yes, they are public figures. We've seen tons of pictures of Meghan and Harry out and about. Did Harry and Meghan complain about that? No. There's a difference. I move it back slightly.
And they get, whether it be in the media or commentary online, you know, oh, they don't want this, they want privacy of this kind, but not of that kind. It comes part and parcel, the good and the bad. I can admit Harry and Meghan face far too much negative press, but the reality is that's the tone of the country in terms of how they maybe feel about it.
Well, that's why they're in California. There you have it. That's why they're in California. There's a difference. Okay, so they choose the perfect state or the country to be in to have that kind of privacy they deserve. Okay, so don't keep on calling them to come back, but you still, this is what I said, if they go back, they will pick up exactly where they left off. They're gonna say, oh, you know what we're all about, so why did you come back? Okay, there she is. She's giving Harry and Meghan the perfect reason why they should not return.
Doesn't Catherine get their privacy then?
Well, exactly. But and the thing is, the tone did not come from the public. The tone came from the palace, filtered through the media.
That's right.
I wonder whether it was also to do with the press not liking
that lady in pink is spot on. Yeah, it come from the palace, filtered to the media. And how come when William wants his privacy, they give him that privacy? The same thing Harry and Meghan are asking. They don't treat them equally. Alright? So when William wants his privacy, doing his nonsense with his family or his friends or whatever, they give him the privacy. They don't talk about it in the media and all of that. This is what Harry and Meghan are asking. But no, you want to be in every aspect about their lives. Harry have always been saying there's a difference between private and public. He wants to separate the two.
The fact that Meghan wasn't allowing pictures, she was only posting pictures that she had taken of Archie initially, and she didn't want to come out and do the standing at the steps thing after she gave birth, because quite frankly, who would want to do that? But she was not following protocol.
She wasn't playing that game.
She wasn't giving them the access.
Catherine didn't have privacy. When it came out her diagnosis, everyone was, you know, on her. In the most negative of ways as well.
Absolutely.
Okay. Pat, thank you very much for your call.
I don't know what they're talking about with Kate, whatever it is, but if it's the... Let me leave that alone because I don't know. Okay, how many more? Alright, let me see here. Okay, that's the last one, it seemed like. Caller, Prince Harry doesn't need to ask for forgiveness. He spoke from his heart. Charles committed adultery. Thank you. Panel, interesting that... Let's pause this. Panel, interesting that Nina said for Charles, Harry crossed the line criticizing Camilla. What a hypocrite when Charles Ford T feel the same about years of him and I'm not sure, I'm reading some stuff here. Ford, Charles Ford, I don't know who's that. T feel the same about years of him and William working with the press for critical stories on Meghan day in and out. Okay, so let's listen. Almost 2 minutes on this one.
Go on, Hazel, we're listening.
One of the things that should Harry ask for forgiveness. I don't think he did ask for forgiveness. He spoke from his heart.
And you think his family should just accept that and move on and maybe become a more honest...
One of the things is, Charles fornicated. He committed adultery. And was he forgiven?
This is what people should have been talking about. Charles and Camilla, the adultering behind Princess Diana's back. So they shift this narrative completely and make it about Harry and William. Alright? Oh, let's continue.
He didn't have to go out into the public and up to the
Hazel, your line's really bad, but I picked up that you said, you know, those in glass houses essentially shouldn't throw stones, that Charles committed adultery, and he been forgiven. I think he has been forgiven now, but I think there had to be a lot of rehabilitation for Charles, and particularly Camilla as well. And
what kind of rehabilitation on that? The woman is dead. What kind of rehabilitation on that? Okay, I don't understand this, but whatever. Harry and Meghan should not go back. That's all.
I think they sort of have been generally accepted.
I don't accept it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think people just put up, don't they?
I love that, lady. I don't accept it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't accept it either. But anyway, let me move it back. I like that.
For Charles, and particularly Camilla as well. And I think they sort of have been generally accepted.
I don't accept it.
Good.
Okay.
I think people just put up, don't they?
But you know, the thing is that...
But the idea that Hazel's bringing up, that actually Harry doesn't have to seek forgiveness.
No, I don't think he does.
His dad should understand that everybody makes mistakes, and we do it for maybe
But
the best.
I'm trying to figure out what mistake are they saying Harry did? What mistake did Harry did? Harry did absolutely nothing wrong. He married a black woman, and he thought she was gonna help with the firm, but the firm did their nonsense. Did you guys know the amount of nonsense they did to Meghan? Hire a private investigator, get her personal information, and start writing BS, trying to pay people to talk negative about her.
know we can rely on you for being a great guy. So what an incredible friend you were to Meghan Markle is. Have you guys hung out at all since then?
No, we haven't spoken. She just wrote me a very nice thank you letter, and I framed it, and that was very nice of her to do. She just appreciated that I was honest, but it's so funny that we live in a time where everyone's like, it's such a big deal. I just did the right thing.
Right.
You know, it's okay to feel like that should be the norm and the status quo, but it's like, whoa, it's so crazy. He told the truth. I think we should all be a little more honest.
Well, thank you for doing the right thing.
What the hell do Harry have to apologize for when the royal family and all their friends and minions around the globe was trying to destroy her? What apology does Meghan or Harry have to do? Nothing. The royal family should beg, be on their knees and beg for forgiveness. What the hell is this woman talking about? They went out of their way. They turned her father against her.
Right. So that may have been one of the things that upset her. And of course, the photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
Pay people money. I mean, it's partially the half of her family's fault as well for accepting and go along with it, but still they're instigating, lure them with money to talk against her. What did she do? She dropped all those people out of her life and move on with her life. Okay, but the people who were instigating, who were luring all those people around Meghan to talk negative against her, they continue with their nonsense. So what apology do Harry needs to do? Absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, he should just give them all the middle finger and say F you all, because you went out of your way to disrespect my wife. Look at this. Have the royal family ever said anything for the tabloid to stop with their BS? When Harry's son was born, there's images depicting his son as a monkey or whatever it is that they had. Okay, where is the justice in that? Why should Harry apologize? He should not do a damn thing. Continue. He feel obligated because there are some good Brits out there, and there's the soldiers who he felt like helping him become the man that he has become. There are some good people in the UK. He's doing his work to help them, so he should continue whatever he's doing. Okay, they kick him out. The brother and the father put it in writing for him to get the hell out of there, and thank God they put it in writing. So now the world know it was the father and the brother who kicked him out. So he's still, with his good of his heart, helping the people that are paying their taxes, giving to his royal, the left behind royals. So I don't know. Let's continue this nonsense. Harry should not apologize. I'm moving it back slightly.
But you know, the thing is that...
But the idea that Hazel's bringing up, that actually Harry doesn't have to seek forgiveness.
No, I don't think he does.
His dad should understand that everybody makes mistakes and we do it for maybe the best intentions and just...
I need this woman to give me an example. What mistakes did Harry did? What mistake? They're still shifting it toward Harry as if Harry did something, when Harry did absolutely nothing. All he wanted to do was to help the institution.
Move forward.
I think they both need forgiveness. I think they both need to get in a room. So we all know how things can be in families, and I think both need to have some humility and say, you know, this is where I went wrong, this is where I went wrong, and this is how we can move forward. And I think if they then...
I would like to understand these people's perspective of what Harry did wrong. That's all. I already know what the royal family did. Okay, this cannot be erased. I would like to know what this lady here and the one in blue knows or feel like Harry did wrong. I would like to know.
Came to the public and said, we have resolved our differences. It would speak volumes to many people. It would be inspiration, and that's when we could move forward and maybe accept him back. But he can't just come back and slot in.
No. There is one big stumbling block with between Charles and Harry. It's that Harry has criticised Camilla and has
quite substantially,
and that is that crossed a line for...
I understand that though, don't you?
I mean, will you blame Harry for doing that? And he is right for criticizing Camilla. Alright? So I'm glad she put that out there. But her and that black lady, I would like to know what they think Harry did wrong. Okay? The woman in pink said her part, which I agree with, and Harry's not wrong on that. There's no apologize on that. And everywhere, what Harry said, you see dead bodies. And he uses everybody. I mean, Harry's telling the truth. We could see it with our own two eyes. Manipulate Princess Diana, pretending she's Camilla, that is. She's Princess Diana's friend. Meanwhile, she was effing her husband. And look where she's at now. So, is Harry wrong? What we are seeing here is the final product of what Camilla has done, because there she is here right next to Charles.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against her?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife of the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
You really thought that?
I didn't think that, I knew it.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded. I did a lot of work, what I call underground, without any media attention, so I never really stopped doing it. I just didn't do every day out and about. I just couldn't do it. The campaign was, in that point, was being successful. But it did surprise the people who were causing the grief. It did surprise them when I took myself out of the game. They hadn't expected that. And I'm a great believer that you should always confuse the enemy.
Who was the enemy?
Well, the enemy was my husband's department, because I always got more publicity. My work was discussed much more than him, and you know, from that point of view, I understand it. But I was doing good things, and I wanted to do good things. I was never going to hurt anyone. I was never going to let anyone down.
But you really believe that it was out of jealousy that they wanted to undermine you?
I think it was out of fear, because here was a strong woman doing her bit, and where was she getting her strength from to continue?
Is Harry wrong? Oh my goodness, that's it. Thank you so much for this. I'm so glad, but I hope to God Harry doesn't do it. They want to control and silence him, and Meghan, he will be mad to come back. That's what I'm thinking too. If I were Harry, hell will freeze over before I will apologize to that home-wrecking cunt Camilla. Thank you, especially seeing that she set her British media friend to attacking Meghan. Oh, let's not forget Jeremy something, who wrote the thing that Meghan will be dragged nakedly and all of that, and then next thing you know, she's having lunch with that guy. Okay, there's another thing as well. Okay, especially saying that she said her British media's friend to attacking Meghan and then writing these literally butchers effing thank you note. Camilla can go straight to hell. Alright, has Camilla apologized to Harry for breaking up his parents? Thank you. I didn't think of that, but that's another part of some of the things that I was saying. For breaking up his parents' marriage, for being partially responsible for his mother's death. Thank you. Okay. There are times when I would like to see Meghan and Harry return to reconcile with the royal family. I see now that it's just my nostalgic dream, wish for an uncomplicated normalcy that never existed. Meghan and Harry have dealt with the toxicity of the past and are moving forward. The UK should do the same. That's what I think so too. Okay, this was a fascinating discussion. It's becoming more apparent that the public is starting to turn on these royal clowns. The public is slowly starting to figure out why they are being served BS too. Okay, at the end of clip number 4, it cut off mid-sentence when Nina was giving her view on the should Harry apologize issue. Do you recall what she said? So that's that. Let's go back. I'm already an hour. Maybe this will be in 2 parts. So I started here. These are the squad responding. The shade toward the others, Eugene and Beatrice, no. Mike and Zara, who the hell are they? That is true. The accuracy. The squad, I knew I'll be laughing if I read the squad spot. I love Nina. She always comes through for the Sussexes. The success of the Sussexes had this year practically had this country begging them to come back. Facts. They are actually begging for them to come back. There's the laugh. Yeah, she was funny. Zara and her husband get no respect. This lady in blue just no. I know. That's what I'm saying. I would like to know what she believes Harry did wrong. I would like to know. Her and that black lady never spoken a single truth in this segment. And I like when the lady in pink saying, what did she say? If Camilla normalcy or something or acceptance, she was like, no, I don't accept it. I agree with her. Alright, I have 3 more, and I think I'm gonna cut it into 2 parts, some part in the middle of the recording.